Today, I'm going to be showing you how to use Clawdbot, like you can see, to generate all sorts of crazy stuff. We'll be setting some new stuff up inside this. This is an AI agent that can basically do anything. So as an example of this, we pull this up. Here's an example voice note. Excited to have you here. Today hey everyone, welcome to the live stream. Super excited to have you here. Today I am showing you Clawdbot. This free AI personal assistant is absolutely insane. It clones your voice. So it cloned my voice, created a voice note, it actually created a thumbnail for the video that we're talking about. Here we've actually got a video animation that it created, right? So it created this cool little video animation for the example, and it created a couple of clone videos of me using HeyGen. So if we pull this up. Welcome to the live stream. I am so excited to show you Claudebot today. This is honestly one of the most insane AI tools I've ever used. Stick around because I'm going to show you how to build your own 24/7 AI personal assistant. Free. Let's get into it. That's not me, by the way. That's my AI clone, and we created it directly inside Claudebot. And you can actually see here as well, literally all we said was now generate a video of me, a voice note of me, a 5-second video animation, a video hook, and a thumbnail that, like the attached, but better, right? And it did all of these automatically. Pretty insane. So it's pretty wild. You can see how we set it up. I'm going to show you some cool stuff that we're going to do. If you want to get the setup instructions for today, you can do that inside the AI Success Lab, completely free, link in the comments description. Comes with an extra video tutorial, all the setup instructions like you can see right here, a 30-day plan, 100 prompts. We're going to be testing out today to do even more. Now, so far, what we can do, for example, is we can, using the Clawbot automation framework that I've created for you, we can do avatar video generation, like you see, voice cloning, browser control, scheduled tasks, thumbnail creation, document creation, email automation, and pretty much any API that I seem to throw at Clawbot, it can just take it and then go, right, we'll save that as a skill in the future, right? It's pretty insane stuff. I think we could even, for example, take one of these videos, take one of the avatar clone videos and edit it with animations using Remotion, right? So you could actually edit one of these videos that we've cloned of ourselves using my voice and my avatar clone, and then we could edit that using Remotion to create like a nicer version of that video, if that makes sense. So not only can we automate the avatar clone, but we could also edit it using Remotion and the video skills so it looks nicer, and it's actually got B-roll or animations inside it. Pretty insane. Now, some people, I actually did a video on this like 24 hours ago, and when I used it the first time around, I couldn't get my head around it. I'll be 100% honest. I didn't realize how powerful it is. Honestly, I have changed my mind. It's by far the best thing I've ever used in AI. It's my most mind-blowing thing I've ever used. And we're going to try and set up some new stuff today as well. So here's what I can already do with this. I can do avatar clone videos, voice notes, generate video animations. You can also do browser control. So if we go inside Clawbot here, we're like, okay, research the latest AI news today and give me a breakdown of the headlines using browser control. Once it's finished the current task, which you can see it working on right now, we can also get it to do that task as well. So we can queue it up and then it will move on to the next task later. So it's like a virtual assistant that never forgets anything. You can also save skills. So if we go to, for example, / here, we have a skill for YouTube thumbnails, for Remotion, video frames, Slack, etc., coding agents. If we do / skill, we've got a bunch of skills right there, and it's pretty insane what you can do with this, right? So it's now editing the avatar video with Remotion, and it should create a better version of that in a second. You can also schedule tasks, so you can say inside the chat, okay, do this every day at 4:30 a.m. in Thailand time or whatever, and it will just schedule that task for you daily as well. Precipo says, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's in no way related to Claude. So yeah, you can use this with any API. Like it's not related to Claude. It's called Clawdbot, but different. It's like Claw as in CLAW. Jay says, just popping in to find out if this is another Affiliate link. No, I mean, it's free. It's free for anyone to use. You can just get it at GitHub. If you go to GitHub, Clawdbot, like you see here, it's a free tool. And then even if you want to run it on free APIs, you can actually connect this to Olama. And using Olama, you can generate this stuff, right? So it's up to you. Now, also, we've got the edited video that we just edited now. So if we have a look here. An AI assistant that runs 24/7, clones your voice, creates avatar videos. So look at that. It's added Claudebot here with the free 24/7 personal assistant. We've got the subscribe button on the left-hand side. We have the Claudebot live now image right here, and basically it's taken that video of the avatar clone and then edit it using remotion, right? So you can actually edit videos for you. An AI assistant that runs 24/7, clones your voice, creates avatar videos automatically, and browses the internet for you. Today I'm showing you exactly how. So just to be clear here, you can, you don't need a thumbnail designer anymore. You can create audio, you can create video animations automatically, you can create avatar clones of yourself with your actual voice. And then also what you can do here is you can edit existing videos that you have and then use those to generate outputs too. Ten Things to Know says, do you need a separate API key? No, you don't. So you don't need a separate API key for this. You can use your existing ones, but also you don't need to use Claude API key. I'm using Claude because I think it's the best, but you don't have to use it, right? There's many other options for that. Is it actually insane? Well, I mean, this is essentially what I see this is like, it's kind of like NA10, but in a chatbot, right? So if I say create this workflow, it'll create it. It'll work first time round. I don't need to be able to code. It's free to use. You can do basically anything you want with it. And also it never forgets anything, right? So it can create this stuff and then you save it as a skill and then you never have to worry about doing that again, right? So here's another example. We actually created the social media post to promote this live stream right now using Claudebot. And then also what we did here is we saved it as a skill, right? So you see how it says skill saved? And then if we say, okay, use your skill for social media posts to create a social media live stream post about, I don't know, the new ChatGPT update. It'll actually save that skill and then we can use it later if that makes sense. And boom, look at that. We got this. We got the links to we got the social media posts right here, and then also it's got the links to post to this, so we can just click on these and then quickly make a social media post, like I did inside my group just a second ago here, right? So that's pretty amazing as well. Saves a lot of time. Presser Pro says, can you please elaborate more on why this is the most impressive AI tool you have ever seen? Yeah, sure. So just to recap here, right? Clawdbot, it can create AI avatar video clones of me. It can create voice notes of me and clone my voice. It can automate my browser. It can research tools and topics and create content whilst I sleep. There's voice note integration. So I can, for example, say, okay, I am going to China soon. Give me a voice note that teaches me key phrases in Chinese to learn before I go. Or I could say, okay, I need to learn about Clawdbot. Give me a breakdown of what Clawdbot does, and then teach me some stuff right there. Goshi says, so you're talking to it in Telegram right now? I am indeed. So this is set up in Telegram. It runs 24/7. That's the other cool thing is this runs on all my devices. So if I open up my phone now, this conversation is synced. So I can see all the previous history. But then also, I can actually generate more outputs on my phone when I'm on the go, right? So I can access this anywhere. At any time. I could be using this on my iPod. I could be using this on my iPhone, my iPad, whatever. Jay says, is this an IDE? I currently use anti-gravity, NA10, open code, and VS Code. So you can code inside the chat, but it's not an IDE, right? But what you can do, and I'll play this voice note in a second, but what you can do is actually set up Netlify, and then you could code inside the chat here, create whatever you want, like a mini app, and then deploy it to Netlify whilst you're on the go. I'll show you how to do that in a second as well. DJ, thanks so much. Safe to use on main computer. I would be careful with this sort of stuff, right? So I don't know what, I'm not an expert on that. That's the only thing that I would say. So just be careful and use it however you want. If you want to be really safe, probably the best way to do that is to set it up on AWS in a virtual private server. And if you want to learn how to do that, we have notes inside the AI Success Lab, which is a free community. And if you go to this section right here, you can go to Clawdbot and then actually have the setup instructions for AWS, right? So I'll show you how to set this up on AWS, like you can see right here, right? So that's probably the best way to do it if you're worried about that stuff. 10 things to know says set up an extra workspace. Yeah, so this is what you would do, right? If you want to learn how to do that, this video actually talks you through how to set it up on AWS. And then if you want to set it up on a virtual private server, you can use a free server on AWS using these instructions, and I'll show you exactly how to set it up and install it inside AWS on the AI Success Lab as well, right? How can we get access? Link in the comments description, or just ask ChatGPT for Julian Goldie's AI Success Lab, and you can get the setup instructions directly inside here. Can we copy and paste that and get Claude set up by itself? Yeah, 100%. So you can actually, what you can do is you can take the whole GitHub like this, right? Then you can open up a new terminal window, open up Claude, right? Claude code, click yes, continue, and then you can say set this up, right? Paste in the GitHub instructions like you can see. So we've pasted in the lines here. And we just have to log in. If we authorize Claude code now, there we go. All right, now we're logged in on the terminal. We'll press enter continue. We'll paste in the instructions from GitHub, go to terminal and say set this up, right? And then you can actually do it like that. You can also sandbox it as well, apparently. So I've not tried that, but you could sandbox it as well. But yes, it's insane what you can do. And so if we click on yes, don't ask again, now we can install Clawdbot locally and run this GitHub locally and then just get it set up, right? As you can see right here, right? So that's how you can run it inside Claude Code. Pretty simple and easy. Doesn't take long at all. Now, if we go back to Clawdbot here, we can open this up. So I'm going to play this Chinese voice note that should teach me Chinese. Hey, here are essential Mandarin Chinese phrases for your trip to China. First, by the way, that is in my voice as well. It's using the 11 Labs API. Greetings. Ni hao means hello, zhou shang hao is good morning, and wan shang hao is good evening. The most important phrase is xie xie, which means thank you. You will use this constantly. For thank you very much, say fei chang gan xie. When you need to get someone's attention, say qing wen, which means excuse me or may I ask. For sorry, say dui buki. At restaurants, dui buki is not right. It should be dui buqi, but you get the point. Ask for the menu, say kai dan. When you want to order, point and say wo yao zege, meaning I want this one. To ask for the bill, say mai dan or jie zhang. For how much does this cost? Say zege duo xiao qian. Yes is she or dui. No is fu shi or may you. To say I don't understand, say wotum budong. And do you speak English? Is ni hui shoying yuma? For getting around, where is becomes zainan. So you get the point. Like it can teach you Chinese. It can create voice notes in your own voice. It can clone your face and your videos. It can create thumbnails like here if you connect it to the AI Studio API key. You can create video animations, and also it can edit your existing videos and turn those into nice animations as well. Like you can see right here, this is a edited video of myself using the remotion skill. So it's pretty much limitless what you can do with this. I mean, someone asked, is it easy to set up, right? Is it hard to install? As you can see right here, you can just use Clawdbot to help you set up and install it. So it doesn't take a long time. I'm doing this whilst talking to you. And you can quickly build this out, right? Easier setup or free. So the thing that I'm paying for is the API keys. But again, you can set them up for free if you're using something like Ollama, right? So you can use free APIs like running Clawdbot locally with local APIs on Ollama, and then the whole setup is free, right? Also, you can see it's now set up. So someone was asking, is it hard to install? This is not hard to install. So if we actually open this up, you can see that we now have the chat, and it's actually saved the messages that we had from Telegram as well, right? So you can see how it says, right, here's a voice note, here's a message, blah, blah, blah. It's got the MP3 right there. It's got the chat right there. We can also see the skills inside here too. Like you can see right here. And then we can also add more skills, create more skills. We can actually save, I mean, I wouldn't do this, but you can save passwords inside here too if you want to. And you've got the overview, the channels, the instances, sessions, etc., skills, nodes, blah, 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 right? So you can see how easy and fast this was to set up. I did it whilst I was talking to you. We've got the chat history over here. And I want to set up some new stuff now. So what I'm going to say is, okay, how to set up Netlify so that you can code and deploy to Netlify directly, right? And by the way, if you need like more help on ideas for using this or like support, etc., join the AI Profit Boardroom. You can actually direct message me. This is the only place I direct message people. So you can direct message me. You can post inside the community. You can get help and support whenever you want to. And it's an amazing community full of people focused on growing their business with AI automation, right? But yeah, if you need some more ideas or help on this, you're getting stuck or you're struggling with anything, just join the AI Profit Boardroom, and I can help you inside there and give you some tips, etc. Right? So now what we can do is we can authenticate this with Netlify, and we can just give it a token right here so that it can code stuff and then deploy the new website that we've coded directly to a custom subdomain, which is pretty crazy. Juan Carlos says, I hope it is not like Remotion, which is clickbait, blah, blah, blah. So it's up to you. I mean, like, it can do anything that you want it to do, right? So it's only as powerful as the skills you give it. And that's down to your creativity. But I've shown you what it can do today, right? So you've seen already, it can create avatar clone videos. It can do voice notes. It can generate video animations. It can do browser control, schedule task commands. Again, social media posts. It's pretty cool. I actually trained it to create better YouTube thumbnails as well. So it's only as good as you make it, right? You have to install these skills yourself, but you've seen all the cool stuff it can do. And again, from my personal perspective, it is the most impressive tool that I've ever seen when it comes to AI, right? What else we got here? Does it use a ton of tokens to do this? I think you do have to be careful with tokens, but again, it depends what API you're using. And if you're worried about token usage, just use Ollama, like I was saying about. How can one set up an extra workspace on Mac where AI tools and AI assistants have no access to other data? So just use AWS. Like, you don't even need to use your Mac. If you're worried about data and stuff, just use AWS, set it up on a VPS, like a virtual private server, and then you're good to go, right? Digital Roadmap says, I love the community. Can you do more demos on this? Yeah, it is so much to learn. Yeah, I'm planning to do a lot more videos on Clawdbot. Bear in mind, over the last 24 hours since I started using it, I've already created 3 videos like you can see right here, 3 live streams, and then 2 different videos here as well, right? So I've made 5 videos on this, 5 demos in the last 24 hours to try and help you as much as I can. Can this be used with Olama? Yes, it can. And let's go. Yeah, it's amazing stuff. All right, so I'm going to set up Netlify now. Hey, a question. I chose OpenAI in Clawdbot setup, but I do not get any output. Then just check the API key. You can always ask inside the setup instructions, if you go through the onboarding again, you can ask it to change the API key, or you could switch to a different API provider if you prefer. And Son of Mankind says, Mercy Bear, cool. All right, always happy to help. Glad it's helping. So I'm going to get a personal access token here inside Netlify. We're going to create a new access token, like you can see. I'm just going to stop sharing my screen. Let's go to new access token, generate token. I'll call it Claudebot. Just doing this in the background. Obviously, I'm not going to share my screen when I'm creating a personal access token. So it's saving the token now. It's going to create a quick test deployment. You can see we've set it up over here. If you're waiting for it to load, just look at the typing bit and you can see whether it's working or not. So you can see here it's actually doing something. I will say it's a little bit slow to respond sometimes. And I don't know if that's because I'm using Claude or whether it's because it's Claude 4.5 and I need to use an earlier version, or maybe I just need to switch off reasoning if reasoning is toggled on, but just something to be aware of there. That's something I could probably optimize better. And DJ says, what's up, big dog? We're just having the time of our life with Claudebot right now. Boom. All right. It's created and deployed a new page here, like we can see. So create a simple Netlify test, as you can see right here. So if we say, okay, create a simple landing page for my SEO agency, Goldie Agency. That looks beautiful, modern, elegant, with a link to funnel traffic to this and deploy to Netlify. Let's see if it can do that. I was waiting for that to load. Let me talk you through some other stuff that you can do for this, all right? So from what I've seen, you can basically automate anything, right? Any task that uses an API key, you can just turn this into something that Clawdbot can do. And you can also save skills. So if you have a certain workflow that you do every single day with AI, you could do it inside Clawdbot and then say, save this as a skill, and then you can access that skill at any time and call it inside the chat, right? Which is pretty amazing. So far, we've covered all of this stuff. You know, it could be, for example, morning, give me today's AI news, or create a video about the biggest story and edit it with remotion. You could say post to Twitter about this, blah, 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 right? Now, if we go back to Clawdbot here, we've created it, but you see how it looks a bit weird. So I'm actually going to take that. Go into Clawdbot and just tell it about the error. And if you see any errors, just screenshot it or give feedback to Clawbot and then tell it how to fix it, right? How can I automate image creation on Higgsfield? So what you can do is you can give it an API key, right? And then using that API key, it can generate stuff. So if Higgsfield has an API key, you could do it that way. The other option that you have is you could quickly, the other option that you have is you could give it the login details to Higgsfield, and then it could use browser automation to log into Higgsfield and start generating outputs that way as well, right? So there's two different ways. API key if Higgsfield has it, or you could actually just give it the login details and it can just use browser control instead. Can it use anti-gravity and switch between other AI as if it were a human switching back and forth from ChatGPT and app? Yeah, I think so. If it was running locally. What else we got here? Did you know that there's another YouTuber that does Clawbot content? Yeah, he's a good friend of mine. That's Antoine. Antoine is an absolute legend. We did a ice bath yesterday, myself and Antoine, and we were talking about Clawbot pretty much all day. Yeah, it's insane. All right, so now we have the version working properly. So just to recap on this workflow, right? What we did is we gave Clawbot a prompt to create a website about SEO for my SEO agency, and we gave it the API token, the personal token for Netlify, so it could create and deploy websites to Netlify, right? So it can code and it can deploy, and then it can create beautiful websites like this. So if we click on this, for example, boom, we've just deployed this to a subdomain. People can check it out. And you can see here the website itself looks pretty good. Plus, this will link directly to my free SEO strategy session page, right? So now it can create and deploy websites in like one single prompt using Netlify. It's better than I can design them. It looks better. It looks pretty cool. And it's pretty neat and elegant. Plus, it's got a link to funnel traffic directly to the free strategy session, all right? What's the use of Clawbot? Only for reading and writing emails? No, not at all, right? Not at all. So just to recap here, what can it do? It can do avatar video generation, voice cloning, browser control, schedule tasks, thumbnail creation, document creation on Google Drive, email automation. It can code and then deploy websites like you can see right here. We can create voice notes. It's insane. It does so much more than just writing and reading emails. It's not an email bot, right? What else we got here? How difficult is connecting everything? Yeah, literally all you do to connect things to Clawbot is you give it the API token, right? So if I'm like, okay, how do I connect me at juliangoldie.com, Drive plus Gmail to you so you can use it? It will actually give me the details on exactly how to do that, right? And then we can go from there. Orange hair to match the bot. This is actually a hat, but maybe I'll dye my hair orange. If it blows my mind that much, I will dye my hair orange, just for a laugh. I thought you were made with AI, had no idea you're real human. It's actually do human videos every day. I think 99% of people don't realize this, but I go live for like 90 minutes a day, every single day. And then I chop those up into human videos every day as well, right? So if you want to see me live as a human, just join the live streams right here. We also have the AI Profit Boardroom with 4 weekly coaching calls a week as a real human as well. So you can check that out, link in the comments description, or just go to aiprofitboardroom.com, right? And you can connect with me via DMs and everything else too. Is this open source? Yes. So it's available on GitHub. Like you can see, you can get access to it open source right here. You can also connect this to WhatsApp and everything else. You don't have to use Telegram. If we use local, can it switch between apps on the computer? Yeah. So it can actually use apps on the computer too. I'll be interested to know if it can actually use my laptop now that it's running inside terminal. I don't think it can, but we can try it out. So I'm going to say, okay, can you open up anti-gravity locally on my computer? I don't think it can, but I'd be interested to know if it can. Otherwise, I think you have to configure it separately. Or you might be able to install an MCP like Apple Script. An Apple Script can actually run files locally for you as well. Or what you could even do, oh, boom. Whoa, it can. That's crazy. So it can actually operate anti-gravity for me, like you can see. And then it could use anti-gravity directly for me, right? It just open up anti-gravity. Yeah, so it can operate locally. It can use stuff locally when it's running in the terminal, which is crazy stuff. All right, I'm glad someone asked. Look, done. Anti-gravity should be opening on your Mac now. I'm going to just make a list of everything that's doing today, just so it's easy for everyone to understand what we're doing and how we're doing it and why it works, etc. All right, so let's add this to the list. It can open up programs locally plus run and operate them, right? E.g. anti-gravity. So if we went inside the chat here on Telegram, right, and we said, well, if we went inside Clawdbot here and we said, right, okay, create a website with anti-gravity for the AI Profit Boardroom, research what the AI Profit Boardroom is first, save that to your knowledge so that we don't have to keep telling it. And then create a website with anti-gravity to build it. And let's see if it can do that. What else we got here? Can Claude Code be able to do it? Yeah, we're running it inside Claude Code right here. Right, you can see we're running Claude Code directly with Clawdbot here if you want to use Clawdbot to operate it. Which Claude model do you recommend? I'm using it for, yeah, mainly, I mean, you can use it for a lot of personal tasks. So, for example, if I was like, okay, I need to book a restaurant for tonight, contact them via email, then it could easily do it for you. So not just business, not just personal, you can do it for both. Anything that you do with AI, you can do with Clawdbot, right? That's how you want to train your mind. It's like, okay, how can I use this for whatever I want? Which Claude model do I recommend? So I'm using Claude Opus 4.5. Honestly, I don't know if that's the most optimized model because I've not tested others, but it's what's working for me. And it seems to be able to operate anything and do anything, right? Which is pretty cool. Will it run on a Chromebook? Yeah, it will. It can run on anything, even like a Raspberry Pi, you know? Are you using Linux? I'm not using Linux, but if you want to use Linux, you can use it with AWS. Did you do it with Claude Code to open it, or was that a local AI model? Yeah, so that was, so we set it up with Claude Code, so you can see, but to actually operate it, we just used the local version of Clawdbot, right, which is like a gateway dashboard. So this can control your laptop locally, etc. Right? I think it's currently researching the web about the AI Profit Boardroom, and then it will go to anti-gravity in a second and just build out that new project. Surely your API build must be expensive. So not really. No, I don't think so. Let's have a look here. So if we go to, oh, look, it's opening up anti-gravity now. And it's created the page. Look at that. So it's created a new project called AI Profit Boardroom with the index HTML style CSS. Let's see what it does. Yeah, so it's creating the Netlify deployment as well inside a folder here too. And it's open up anti-gravity. So it can operate anti-gravity. It can create new folders in there. It can create new projects. It can run locally. It can run in the web, whatever you want to do, right? Pretty simple and easy. Wow. Anyone else think that's mind-blowing, or is it just me? Anyone else still not sure why it's so good? So let's have a look at the usage here. So you can see here, no API costs, right? From what I can see. Yeah, because I think it's connected to my actual Claude account, not my API, if that makes sense. So it's just using the usage inside my main Claude account. It will rinse the usage inside here, but it's not going to cost like loads in API because I've not connected it to the API. Weren't you saying Claude was mid yesterday? What changed for you? It was my brain understanding what it can do, right? So when I first used it, I didn't realize how easy it was to connect APIs and different tools to it, right? When I started adding like avatar video generation, voice cloning, browser control, scheduled tasks, thumbnail creation, document generation, opening up programs locally, saving skills, e.g. posting to social media, and also, for example, creating ideas plus content for YouTube videos and live streams. When I realized it could do all this, then I was like, wow, this is crazy stuff, right? It can even generate like podcasts plus learning, right? So for example, if I go inside Clawdbot here and I'm like, okay, generate a short podcast where I can learn about Clawdbot. So research Clawdbot, then create a podcast I can listen to about it, right? It will actually do that and it will generate it using my voice. It will script it, create it, record it, and then generate it inside the chat so I can just listen back to this whenever I want, right? What free LLM do you recommend for Clawdbot? I think you could use something like Minimax with Olama, something like that. What was the name of your ChatGPT bot on how to set it up? So if you want to understand how to set it up, go to the AI Success Lab, completely free community, link in the comments description. Connects you with 49,000 people, like you see right here. And if you go to the classroom, and then you go to part 3, you can see the setup instructions plus video tutorials on exactly how to set up right here. So you don't need to use ChatGPT or anything like that. I'm not getting it to run on my Windows. Yeah, so you can just set it up on AWS if you prefer, or you can use Claude Code if you're struggling. Claude Code will just set it up directly for you, and that might be the easiest way if you're not that technical. Or if you're in the AI Profit Boardroom, just message me the details and I'll try and help you, right? Did you change your mind? I did. Fat J was right all along. He was trying to persuade me that this is better than any other AI tool. And yeah, it's crazy good. It is exceptional. Not going to lie. So it created that website inside the AI Profit Boardroom. It deployed a website for me as well. I'm just going to close anti-gravity now, but it can operate programs for you locally. And I'll add that to the list of use cases here. Can it play chess online? Yeah, I think so. If you really wanted it to. By the way, we've got the podcast ready. Should we listen back? Hey everyone, welcome to this quick episode where I am going to break down Clawdbot for you. This is honestly one of the most exciting AI tools I have come across recently, and I think you are going to love it. So what exactly is Clawdbot? In simple terms, it is your own personal AI assistant that runs on your devices and connects to all the messaging apps you already use. Right, so it created this podcast. I could just walk around, listen to it, enjoy it, and that was pretty fun and cool to make, right? And I literally just created it whilst talking to you, and in the background it was using anti-gravity. What is going on here? This is crazy. All right, let's try something else now. So can it play chess online? I want to say, can you play chess online for me? Why do you need to run it on a separate computer? You don't. I don't run it on a separate computer. I just have it running inside Telegram on the cloud. But if you do run it on a separate computer, then it can run things locally for you. So it can, for example, like start using Google Anti-Gravity. It could start using the IDEs. It could leverage the local files that you have on your laptop, etc. Right? And there's some other stuff you can get access to, like some other programs, etc. Right? I wonder if Flash models work well with Clawdbot. I'd be interested in that too. Mr. Joseph gives a great tip, which is Mistral has a free API at the moment. Yeah, I'll be interested to try that too. Why don't we need to run it on a separate computer? I've already talked about that. Can you? Yeah, I think you could do stuff like that if you wanted to as well. Right, so it's opening up browser control, and it should start playing chess now. Yes, it's navigated to this chess website. Let's see if it can do it. It's going to play the computer. All right, so it's setting up. Again, like I'm not controlling this. This is controlling my browser for me, which is pretty insane. Yeah, so it's selecting the strength, It's going to play the computer directly. It's choosing its color. It's going to play against the computer, and boom, we've got Clawdbot playing chess for us like a savage. Now it should start to make a move. Let's see what it does. Let's click on, it's going to go to E2, I think. I think it's going to have to install something. So it says, let me use Playwright's mouse control instead directly. See if it can do that. But you get the point. So, well, yesterday you did not think that. I'm allowed to change my mind, I think. Hopefully, in life, we all make mistakes. Thought for usage you can circumvent API key. Yeah, that's what I did. If you saw the screen share before, we haven't used any API tokens for this, right? It's used the auth instead, so you're not rinsing your credits. How do you connect Clawbot to your own Claude account instead of API? So you just go with the OAuth option instead. How do you listen to the podcast remotely on your device? You just open up Telegram or whatever messaging bot you selected, right? So, for example, if I wanted to listen to the podcast that we created directly inside, we're talking WhatsApp, Telegram, Discord, directly inside Telegram, I just open up my mobile and click play, right? That's it. Automate Nano Banana, already have, mate. So if we go inside here and we're like, okay, create a thumbnail that's a better version of this, right? And then all I need to do is just create or get a screenshot of an existing thumbnail that I like this one. So we can copy that. We'll go back to Telegram chat. And basically that can automate Nano Banana for us, right? So it can do image generation with Nano Banana directly inside the chat. And it will come back to us with 3 thumbnails in a second. And if you have a certain style of images that you prefer, right, then what you can actually do is say, okay, create the thumbnails like this or create the images like this each time I tell you to, and then save that as a skill so that when I tell you to do this in the future, it creates better outputs, right? Wondering if you can go into CapCut and start editing videos. Yeah, so the best that I've found with that so far is I can say create a video, like for example, create an avatar video of Hey Jen using my voice as well. And then from there, tell it to edit the video itself using Remotion. And what it will do is it will add animations to your existing video so you can chop it up and just edit it automatically inside the chat. So it's pretty crazy. It updated today, by the way. That's pretty awesome. What model you're using? Would it make sense to Mac Studio? Yeah, it would make sense if you want to get access and you want it to be running like 24/7 locally, and you want to be able to operate different files locally. Then you can use something like a Mac Mini or whatever. All right, so we've got the thumbnail right here, and we're going to get 3 different options for the thumbnail, like you can see, and then we can just download that and upload it to YouTube as a YouTube thumbnail, right? Let's create 3 different versions. I actually prefer that one the most. I think that would probably do the best out of all 3 of these thumbnails. But again, like how easy was that, right? Literally all I did was just screenshot this, say create the thumbnails with Nana Banana, boom shakalaka. We ready to go, my friend. Mike says, caught you live for the first time. Good to see you here. Fat J says, crazy. Clawdbot from Google. No, it's an open source project, like you can see right here. And it is insane. It's insane what you can do with this, right? It's mind-blowing how good it is. Can it play a game for me? Yeah, I think it could run games for you as well in the background. Bear in mind, like Claude can already do that. So yeah, it can probably play games for you as well. Can you do videos on RLMs? Might add that to the list if there's demand. Yeah, thank you. I highly recommend run on a separate computer because it has full access to everything and do anything. Yeah, so you can run it on a virtual private server with AWS, like I was saying. How to install it on Telegram and have it linked to your computer. So if you want to see how to do that, well, if you want to link it to your computer, number one, just follow the instructions from GitHub. Like you see, you can just paste in the instructions into Claude code like this, and then you're good to go, right? Or the other option that you have is go to the AI Success Lab, type in Claudebot like this, right? And then just go to the video instructions like you can see, and it'll show you exactly how to set this up directly, right? So that's probably the easiest way. So you can just copy and paste the instructions, plus you get the video tutorial from me directly, right? Hey, make one. What else we got? Hey, I'm planning to try running it in the sandbox. Yeah, you can. It's your own personal limitless bot. Yes, 100%. Are you hitting your Claude rate limits? Not at all. No, it's been totally fine. So no issues there. Do you think this is secure, etc.? No, I would use it. You know, do your own research. Be careful with it. You know, if you're worried about that stuff, use it inside a virtual private server. Don't run it locally, etc. Try and be as careful as you can with this stuff, right? So, can it go to Google AI Studio browser and generate pretty much unlimited Nana Banana images? Yeah, I mean, like if I said, okay, if I said like go to AI Studio and code a website, right? Google AI Studio. You could just open that up inside browser control. Pretty simple. Like you can see, so it's navigating to AI Studio right here, and then it can just use Google AI Studio and operate it. I say stop on that. Could I get it to remote desktop to other machines? Yeah, I think you probably could. Yeah, you can set it up in a virtual environment. Do you run it on AWS yourself? Yeah, I set it up on AWS yesterday. You can see the full video tutorial on that right here inside the AI Success Lab. Doesn't Claude Code already have access to everything anyway? Yeah, in a similar way. What's the difference between API and OAuth, right? So OAuth would use the account that I'm logged into on Claude like this, right? So with OAuth, you just log in like this to your account, and you just click in like login. With API, you insert an API key from console.anthropic, and that's the difference. And bear in mind, like with OAuth, you're using the usage limits inside Claude on your login, right? Whereas, for example, if you're using API keys, then you're getting charged for tokens. Charles says it's annoying with installation. It was actually really simple when we used it a second ago. As you can see right here, we just plugged in Clawdbot right here. It was pretty simple and easy to set up, right? Just use Claude code directly. Am I walking on a treadmill? Yes, I am. Yes, I'm getting the steps in whilst I do the live stream. I've got a walk-in treadmill on the desk. What real task can it do besides replying to emails and code that I can't just ask ChatGPT to do? All right, good question. So, ChatGPT, it cannot clone your voice, right? Whereas Clawdbot can. ChatGPT, it can't generate AI avatar videos. Clawdbot can, right? ChatGPT cannot control your browser. Clawdbot can, right? ChatGPT cannot run programs locally like anti-gravity. Clawdbot can. Okay? So you see the biggest differences here. I mean, like ChatGPT, it can't generate podcasts and learn for you in your own voice, whereas Clawdbot can, right? So, and also ChatGPT, you can't use it inside Telegram, but Clawdbot you can, right? So these are some of the biggest differences. Yeah, I did a fresh install on a VPS. Check out the instructions inside the AI Success Lab if you're struggling. What's the use with Claude co-work with Clawdbot existing? I would agree. I think Claudebot is a better version. And says, problem with Clawdbot is it's rigid and only follows preset rules, while other agency AI. Well, you can change your rules, right? So you can save things as skills and then change your rules in the future. So, for example, if it does something you don't like, then you would say, okay, do it this way next time and save that as a skill so you remember to do it. And then each time you automate that task in the future, it'll follow your rules, right? And the rules that you give it. Toby says, I thought you said you weren't impressed with this the other day. Yeah, I wasn't. But I did change my mind. I'm allowed to change my mind. I'm wrong sometimes. And since I've used it more and more and trained my brain to understand it, it's 10 times better. 10 times better. How much you're spending with Clawdbot? As you can see with my API tokens, I'm not using anything, right? Because I'm using the usage inside my OAuth account instead. You set it up locally and AWS personally. Yeah, see, check out the video. If you want to see me setting up AWS, just check out the video inside the AI Success Lab. Difference between Clawdbot and Claude Code. Clawdbot runs inside Telegram or whatever messaging app you use, whereas Claude Code doesn't. And also Claude Code is running inside a terminal, so you have to reopen it every single time. It's not running 24/7. Can Clawdbot clean up a messy download folder? Yeah, I think it could. But yeah, these are some of the main use cases. So what I want to do from here is start using Clawdbot to automate my emails and that sort of thing. So if we go inside Clawdbot here and we say set up my emails, how to set up access to my Google Drive plus emails. Again, if you want to get around the token limits, just use Llama. You don't have to use Claude with this, right? So if you're worried about token usage and that sort of thing, just set it up with Llama directly instead. All right, so I've got to set this up. I'm going to do that in the background. Obviously, I'm not going to share my screen whilst I set up the auth instructions. All right. So you can see here inside the chat, here's what we did, right? This is how to set it up with, you know, your Google account. So what we did here is I went to my me@juliangola.com account. Then I clicked on create credentials. From there, you click on OAuth client ID, then desktop app, download the JSON file, upload the JSON file to Clawdbot. Don't recommend this for everyone, by the way. Like, this is just something I'm being fully experimental with. I test this stuff so that you don't have to save you time, and also so that you don't, you just be careful when you're doing this stuff. And then you can see here, for example, we can check my emails and that sort of thing, right? So we connected it. So now from here, using Google Drive, we should be able to say, okay, like, let's see, send an email to juliangoldie@gmail.com about an SEO party happening Wednesday, 7 p.m. Link to book a call is here. Let's see if it can do this, right? So can it send an email from my business account to my personal account offering the SEO party? Wow, I think it's done it. Look at that, email sent. Let's check this out. So if I open up my emails now, you can see that we've connected it to Gmail. It sent the email from me at juliangola.com. And it's like, hey, you're invited to an exclusive SEO party happening this Wednesday at 7 p.m. We'll be deep diving into this. Here's when it's happening. Here's where it's happening. If you want to take your SEO to the next level, book a call here, right? And then I'll actually funnel traffic here, right? So inside Telegram, we can now access our Google Drive. We can send emails. It was so easy to set that up, honestly. You just create the new credentials inside console.cloud, upload it into Clawdbot. Clawdbot handles everything from there. So just setting up these new tools, this is one of the things that I love it. It's like, it's so easy to do this stuff, right? So easy to just get started with this. Franco says the problem with local models is having hardware that supports a good context window and a good model. So you can just use, if you really want something that's fast and easy to use, then just use Gemma 4B. Gemma 4B on Olama is the fastest model. Like, it's ridiculously fast. Let me open this up now. I'll show you an example. So we go inside here, and then we're gonna try Gemma 34B, and we'll say, okay, are you working? And this is just on like a basic Mac Mini, so it's not that powerful. Pretty fast, right? Pretty fast to respond. So if you're using this with Olama, you can use Gemma 4B, and that's one of the fastest models I've ever used locally. Can I ask, can you connect Clawbot to Claw Code? Yeah, you can. You can get it to open it. Who's behind the agent? How? Yeah, I would agree. Like, how is OpenAI or one of these other tools not created this, right? So for example, this is everything that Siri should have been, right? This, imagine if Alexa or Siri could do this stuff. It would be the most powerful technology on the planet, right? For the average person. So it is amazing that you can do this, and that it's open source and everything else. If we have a look who created it, so the contributors, you can see the contributors here, so you can see who's behind it and everything else. Right, so for example, Peter is the guy behind it, right? And he's crushing it. He's created other projects, like you can see here as well. But yeah, it's pretty insane what he's done here. Yeah, for sure. So you can see who's behind the projects. Just go to the GitHub and then check out the creator. So what do you cap? Does Clawbot work with lineup? I've not seen anyone use it with lineup, so I don't know if you can or not. I don't think so. Why do you think Clawdbot suddenly got everyone's attention? I think that number one, it was marketing hype, right? But then number two, there's nothing else that does anything to this level. This makes the Ralph update from Claude, you know, the GitHub for Ralph, look like a toy. But, you know, it's so powerful. And I think that caught on. And when the product's good enough, it just goes viral, right? It's just too good. Scully Pop says, my buddy was at lunch, told Clawbot the restaurant was a really cool business model, and when he got home, it had already coded web pages, landing pages, business plans without I even asking. Yeah, it's crazy like this. If I go inside here and I'm like, okay, create a landing page for my book, link building mastery, right? Research it. The one by Julian Goldie, and then say, if you want the book, get it at UTM here, right? And then also include an image of it if you can, plus deploy this to Netlify, right? So what it can do is it can actually code projects directly inside the chat and deploy them to Netlify. So that's one way to code with this. Or the other way you can do this is you can open up something like anti-gravity locally and get Clawbot to run anti-gravity locally. So there's two different options for this. Can you do a fresh install on AWS? Yes. I've got training on that inside the AI Success Lab. Completely free, comes with a video tutorial plus setup instructions. Link in the comments description. So you can see here, now it's found the book. So it's got access to the web as well. It can start doing this stuff. And says, OpenAI have agent mode in the browser, but it's not very good. It's super slow. I think that's the reason that nobody uses it. Oh, this is good advice. So Ralau says, Mistral 7B for personality, Code Llama for coding, both free via Olama. Mistral handles chat, Code Llama does the code. Good plan. Interesting. I've never tried either of those models, but I love it. So thanks so much for the advice there for everyone. Can it learn whilst watching you do tasks? So I think what you could do is upload a video and then show it the task, right? If you screen share and record your task and show what it's doing. So that's probably the easiest way to do this. And then you can say, okay, save that as a skill, right? So if you save it as a skill, we can do it later and just re-emulate whatever you've done. I'm using Claude now with an API key, too expensive what I do. So you can just use Olama. Am I being paid to promote Clawbot? No, it is a free open source project. So it's just, I mean, no, it's not. But I mean, show me another tool that can do all this, right? Inside Telegram. Is it hard to install on Discord? No, I don't think so. You just give it the API and then it's good to go, right? What does it use to connect with WhatsApp? I think, yeah, you just give it the API, I think, or like a personal access token. Can it manage servers? I'm not sure about that. I've never tested that out, but I haven't found any limitations to it yet. Can you set it up with a cell? Yes, you can. You could just give it the API. Can it scrape data off Discord? Yeah, so it could like go onto it. If it had your login details, it probably could do something like that. Or you could give it Appify. Appify could probably scrape stuff for you as well. So it's deployed the landing page. Let's open this up. Boom shakalaka, we just created a landing page and deployed it to a subdomain, like you see right here. This is a nice little squeeze page for our book. We did it inside the Telegram chat, and then if we go, it sends people to our lead magnet right there, right? How easy was that? It's crazy how easy that was. Rich says you don't need to use the API key for Clawbot. Yeah, that's it. Or you can use Olama. You know, use it however you want. Be careful when you use this stuff. If you have any doubts, do your own research. I'm not an expert on this stuff, but you know, you just want to check it out and see what it is, right? Francesca says that was crazy. Yeah, I would agree. Can it control DaVinci Resolve? I'm not even sure what that is. But it can click within applications and it can see your screen and like screenshot it and then do stuff like that right here, right? Let's try something else out now. So I'm going to say, okay, create an SEO blog. Or do you know what? Yeah. All right. Create an SEO blog about SEO trend in Japan. Plus do this inside a Google Doc. Alex Hormozi style. Beautiful. Interesting, SEO optimized article, right? Let's see if it can create a Google Doc for us with a blog post. So what we said here is create an SEO blog about SEO training in Japan. Do this inside a Google Doc, Alex Moses style, blah, blah, blah. And we'll see what it does. It seems to be doing something here. And by the way, all the resources are inside the AI Success Lab. So if you want the video tutorials, if you want to see how it works, etc., if you want to see what it can do, why it's different, I've actually listed all the use cases that I've used it for so far. And then also I've given you a 30-day plan to implement this stuff. So if you want to learn how to use it, you can. And then additionally, I've included 100 prompts on how to use this. So if we open this up, actually says the Google Drive API needs to be enabled, which I could probably ask how to do in a second, but you can see how it works. But yeah, I mean, it created this page right here, which is pretty nice. It created this one too. It linked to Google Drive, linked to Google Docs. Like I said, I've got a 30-day plan for implementing this stuff as well. Let's see what else I wanted to do today. So we've already got it access to Google Drive. We can build websites and deploy to Netlify as well. I'm pretty sure if you gave it the login details, it could log into X and post for you as well. And it could do AI SEO workflows too. But yeah, it's insane. It's insane what it can do. Guy says try using it for recording a task. So you can actually do that. By the way, it's created the blog post, as you can see. So pretty nice blog post right there. But yeah, if you want to just record a task, all you do is just say save this to my skills like that, and then it will just save it automatically. If you want to check your skills, you can go to you can host it locally, or you can ask inside the chat. And then, for example, if you go to the skill section here, you can see all the stuff that we've saved for later, right? So you can see that we've saved a bunch of cool stuff, and you can just come back to those later. And we can also, for example, like schedule different tasks per day as well. So yeah, pretty amazing. Send emails, connect to Google Drive, clone your voice, clone your video, do whatever you want. And I've shown you exactly how to set this up today. So thanks so much for watching. If you want to get all the video notes from today, you can get that inside the AI Success Lab. This is a community with 49,100 people. Like you can see, you can join it for free. And if you go to the classroom here and you want to get the setup notes from today, you can go inside this section and then you can see the full setup notes, plus a use case, plus 100 prompts, plus a 30-day plan on exactly how to use this and set it up, right? We've got a couple of different videos on how to use Clawdbot. It also comes with all this other free training, but if you want to get the video training on Clawdbot, you can get it inside the AI Success Lab. And if you haven't checked it out already, check out the AI Profit Boardroom. This is my AI automation community for serious people who are focused on growing and scaling with AI automation, saving time, getting more customers, generating more leads. All the playbooks I personally use are inside the AI Profit Boardroom. Also, if you want to have a daily accountability group, maybe you find this stuff like overwhelming or information overload. Maybe you struggle with shiny object syndrome. Well, what you can actually do is you can post your goals each day inside the community here and get help and support, and just stay laser focused on achieving your goals, right? You can also post inside the community, get help and support whenever you need it. So if you need help, for example, like Norman posted 4 hours ago, he's already got 9 comments from people helping him inside this post, right? Also inside the win section, you can see all these people winning with AI. So it's not just me, loads of people are getting great results with AI. So for example, Justin cloned himself. You got Chris, who built his first custom GPT. You've got Stephen crushing it with Minimax. You got Steve Light, who found his first 10 beta testers for his tool, right? And this is all inside the AI Profit Boardroom. So it's a tribe of winners, and we're all just helping each other learn, grow, and improve with AI automation. You can also jump on these live coaching calls, get help, get support in real time on a Zoom meeting, and ask any questions you have. And also inside the classroom here, you can jump on this 6-week masterclass, right? And in just 5 weeks, you can go from complete beginner to expert with AI automation based on what's working for me. Plus you learn how to build your first AI agent in under 5 minutes. Top of that, you get all my best playbooks for generating AI avatar videos, screen shares, shorts. You can also direct message me. So if you want to direct message me and ask me any questions about Clawdbot, you can do that inside the AI Profit Boardroom. And then also inside the classroom here, you can see that we show you how to get more clients for your agency. We show you how to rank #1 with AI SEO. Plus, for example, how to grow a YouTube channel based on what's working for me, right? This is all inside the AI Profit Boardroom. Feel free to get it. Link in the comments description. Appreciate you watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers. Bye-bye.